Was Pop Meow. And you're not reading the title wrong. One of the rappers that was on my top 10 songs of 2019 is also Kendrick Lamar's cousin, and he may be the first artist I consider an actual industry plant in a very long time, probably a couple of years. He's definitely getting more and more popular with a song that has already blown up on TikTok and been gaining millions of streams on Spotify and YouTube. If you like analysis videos on hip hop and the music business, then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That rapper is Hakeem Carter, or Baby Keem, most known for his song Orange Soda from his Die For My Hoe album release in 2019. I really enjoyed that song and I like his music. So when I did a little digging, I wanted to find out exactly how he just got all this blog coverage so quickly. And I found an interview he did with Complex. Keep in mind, this guy was born in 2000 and first started getting attention in 2018 for being a producer and writer for Top Dog Entertainment, or TDE. He was credited as a writer and producer for the Redemption interlude on the Black Panther soundtrack, produced both Knock It Off and Rotation on J Rock's Redemption album, has writing credits on Schoolboy Q's Num Num Juice from his Crash Talk album, which likely meant he wrote the hook on there, and he co-wrote and co-produced Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar's song Nile for the Lion King soundtrack. He wasn't revealing his face back when he released his project Hearts and Darts, but in the interview with Pigeons and Planes, he's asked, "How did you first get into music?" "I was raised around a talented family. All my older uncles and cousins rapped, so being around it so much, it came naturally. I made my first real song at 15. It was called Come Through. Thankfully, nobody will be able to find it online, I hope." This is interesting, but it didn't really stand out to me when I first read it because there's plenty of people with family that have done some sort of music. But then he gets asked the big question: how did you originally get involved with TDE and what led to you working on the Black Panther soundtrack? "I sent a pack of beats to the TDE email and it just so happened that I ended up on the soundtrack. God's blessing." I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is, or it probably isn't, whichever one. I have a very strong BS detector. And when I read this answer, it started sounding off like a fire alarm. I knew something was up. TDE likely gets spammed with beats, and you're telling me that you were so lucky that they not only went through all of the spam to open your specific email, but they chose to use it on the Black Panther soundtrack? I'm not saying that's impossible, but I just had a gut feeling that wasn't the truth, or the entire truth. So I went scouring for information, and that's when I found a now deleted tweet by the Twitter account at Silnovia, which is Kendrick Lamar's sister, that revealed Baby Keem is actually Kendrick's cousin. The tweet was something along the lines of "Happy birthday at Baby Keem," and called him her little cousin, which means he is Kendrick's little cousin because she's Kendrick's sister. I wasn't able to get a screenshot because I thought that it would still be up when I was going to make this video, but it's gone now. However, after doing some more digging, I found the actual full tweet, and it's in front of you right now. It says, "At Hakeem Carter, happy birthday, lil' cousin." And for those of you that may be doubting that this is Kendrick Lamar's sister, here's a tweet that went viral a couple of years back where she thanks her brother Kendrick for buying her a new car as a graduation gift. Now, this explained everything. It wasn't by chance. It was a healthy dose of nepotism. There's still a thread up on a forum of someone sharing their experience. So my homie brought this to my attention. We're from LA and pretty tied in with the music industry. Another friend, which happens to be pretty notable in the industry that is close to us, begins to ask, "Have you heard this new Baby Keem? He's dope, is Kendrick's little cousin." Fast forward to the next day, my homie's sending me a bunch of tracks by Keem, and he's saying things like, "Yo, I think Kendrick writes his music. It's too good to be true." To myself, I'm thinking, nah, this kid's lyrics are pretty standard. My homie responds, "Nah, you're not hearing me. These are Kendrick throwaway freestyles." I listened to a couple more tracks. The lyrics are simple yet simplistic, way beyond someone of his age that just got in the game. What do you think? This track really sounds like a scratch recording of a Kendrick freestyle. Take that post with a grain of salt, though, because it could totally just be fabricated. But the fact is that he is Kendrick's cousin. Not only that, but Baby Keem's manager is Brock Corsan, who is SVP of A&R at Warner Records and is close with TDE, working with Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q for many years. In another interview, he's asked about celebrities that know about him and post his music. "It seems like you're catching on with celebrities. I saw Tyler the Creator and Kendall Jenner sharing your music on social media." "Yeah, it's sick." How do they find out about you? I have no clue, but they love it and I love it. I think it just spreads. It's crazy though. Kendall tight, Kalani's tight, everybody. Tyler, sick. Really? No clue, huh? He probably also had no clue how Drake found him, considering Drake not only came into one of his IG lives when Baby Keem had only 23 people watching, liked a comment of someone telling Drake to remix Orange Soda, showing up to Baby Keem's show in Toronto in front of about 300 people, and saying he had the best album of 2019 alongside Young Thug's So Much Fun. No random unknown artist is having that happen to them unless they are deeply connected within the industry. Baby Keem is still independent. After all, that's the go-to method for an actual industry plant. If you check his songs on Spotify and YouTube, they're all provided by Baby Keem LLC, but distributed through the Orchard Music, which is a branch of Sony that handles distribution. So he likely only has a distribution deal through them. That means he isn't signed to a record label or a record deal yet, or at least not publicly, and that's the whole point of being a plant. You can check out a video I did way back in 2017 in the top right cards with all the details on what an industry plant actually is. They're not trying to give him a huge hit song and have him fizzle out or risk being a one-hit wonder. They want Baby Keem to slowly grow his fan base organically, and by organically it means with all the connections of being Kendrick Lamar's cousin and very close with TDE and other people in the industry. I mean, how the hell do you get a meeting with and a dinner with Jay-Z? It looks like Baby Keem is trying to hide the fact that he's Kendrick Lamar's cousin, and that's why he had Kendrick's sister delete the tweet and never mentions it anywhere. This could be for two reasons. The first is that he doesn't want people to discredit his own music just because he's related to Kendrick. After all, who the hell listens to Diddy's son's music, as an example? People have a different perception of you, and they'll say things like, Kendrick just writes his music. They'll assume Baby Keem's rich for some reason, I don't know why, when there's a chance that Baby Keem even wrote some hooks on Damn, considering a lot of songs on that project have the same feeling that Baby Keem's music does. But I'm not saying that actually happened. The second is that he's an industry plant. Of course, they're not going to want him being Kendrick Lamar's cousin to get out there, because then people are no longer going to feel like this is an organic and underrated artist that they can support. Because cult-like fan bases only build around an artist that they believe isn't supported by the industry, and they want to help push them to the highest level possible. Take, for instance, XXXTentacion before he signed, Bones, and Suicide Boys. Or it could be a mixture of the two, which is likely what it is. But I really don't like the whole narrative of lying and saying you randomly got chosen in TDE's email, and they decided to put you on 4 different projects as a producer that they didn't know personally and have never heard of. You're giving false hope to actual producers and artists that they can do the same exact thing when it was really nepotism that was working for you. Of course, you're talented as well, which I don't think it's a bad thing for nepotism, that is. It's only bad when you try and lie about it. The plan is likely going to be that they keep growing him the way that they're doing right now, without any features until he has a solid fan base, and then they'll either give him a huge feature, which will likely end up as a hit song on the Hot 100, and signing a record deal, or they'll continue to push this independent route and throw him on a tour with a bigger artist until he's big enough and established, then sign him to a label. A lot of people assume that a video like this means you shouldn't listen to his music. I listen to his music, and I enjoy it, and will continue to enjoy it. I just like making content about the truth, because I know there are some people that watch who want to become actual artists. That is, people that watch my channel. And when they see come-ups like this, they get discouraged or expect it to happen to them. And that's because they don't know the whole story behind it. In order to replicate someone's success, if you want to do that, you need to have come from the same resources as them, which isn't the case when it comes to artists like Chance the Rapper or Baby Keem. I want to know all your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Did you know about this? Thank you for watching. Peace.